Edward Wadi Said was born on November 1 of 1935 in Jerusalem and died on September 25, 2003 in New York. He is a Palestinian-American academic, political activist, and literary critic who examined literature in light of social and cultural politics and was an outspoken proponent of the political rights of the Palestinian people and the creation of an independent Palestinian state. Today, we are going to learn more about his notable book, Orientalism. Orientalism is a term brought to prominence by Edward Said in 1978. He argued that Europeans and Americans constructed images of the Orient that included Asian and Arab countries that were self-serving. Images that reduced the Orient to projections that live in the white man's imagination. Violent, stuck in the past, sensual, exotic, monstrous, mysterious, and other.
You want to know what the business world thinks of you? We think 100 years ago you were living out here in tents in the desert chopping each other's heads off, and that's exactly where you're going to be in another 100.
This is it. I know we all loved Aladdin as kids, but it was basically a huge Orientalist fantasy and was so popular it's now become a live-action film featuring Will Smith in blueface. Its depictions of Arabs was racist as hell, from the extreme poverty to the idea of a bloodthirsty Arab man and the submissive yet seductive Arab woman.
Where they cut off your ear if they don't like your face. It's barbaric, but hey, it's home.
These images present a narrative of how the Western world sees itself, superior and rational.
The West is indisputably the freest, the cleanest, the fairest civilization in history. That's why so many immigrants want to move here.
And everyone else as mysterious and inferior, if not outright barbaric.
Well, these Arabs don't care if we kill each other. They're not going to interfere in our business.
What are you doing?
Indiana Jones.
This is not the Australian Bachelor.
It works to weave a story that the West is bringing civilization and grace to the rest of the world, saving them from themselves. Said said, these images strip people from the Orient of their humanity. He also argued these projections functioned like a self-serving loop. You invade and conquer a people because you believe they are barbaric, and then you hope to civilize them in your own image, because now you find them exotic, sensual, and in need of your help.
American and coalition forces are in the early stages of military operations to disarm Iraq, to free its people, and to defend the world from grave danger.
It paints how we all talk about the Middle East, the Muslim world, and the so-called Orient. And we see the impacts of that on politics and real people's lives.
Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States.
These ideas have been perpetuated in the politics, art, music, movies, religion, and military adventures that have underpinned the West's relationship with the Orient. Over 40 years on, Edward Said's explanation of how media and colonialism intersect is still as relevant as ever. We should keep this in mind when we try and differentiate between authentic portrayals of the Middle East and outdated racist and Orientalist fantasies. Other works of Edward Said's are Culture and Imperialism, Out of Place, a Memoir, The Question of Palestine, Covering Islam, The World, the Text, and the Critic, and The Power, Politics, and Culture.